Hi everybody, Chris here from Truly Holistic. Now this video is going to be solely based on what I believe the most powerful healing system in regards to tools that I've ever developed. Just because this system, when we bring all the parts together of what we call the I Am Everything pyramid, is enabling you to connect to every aspect of you. Okay, and that's why we call it the I Am Everything pyramid, because there are many states or many aspects to you, not just the human. And when we quite often embody ourselves as the human alone, quite often we can get orientated by the mind, which is really saying being controlled by the mind. And why I say mind control is not good for you is because it creates limitation. And we know that illness and dis-ease is created through limitation. Because if you live out your existence here as the human, only orientated and controlled by the mind, that creates a field or an existence that has limitation bound to it, which then results in that field becoming congested, okay? And when we look at the physiological functions of the human body, every aspect of it relies on flow, and everything that is connected to dis-ease or illness is due to obstruction or occlusion of flow. So all of a sudden, when we live out our existence in a limited form, it creates congestion. And when congestion of energy is prevalent, then accumulation can happen. And through accumulation, that's when we have toxicity. And toxicity then is dis-ease and illness. But if we can connect to more than the human aspect, connect to our soul, connect to our higher selves, which are really other souls that are connected to you, living out an existence in different realities. That's why we're called multidimensional. Now, your selves, because you're all connected to the same source of energy through quantum entanglement, okay, which is a quantum physics term, and which quantum entanglement is really based on a connection that goes beyond the limitations of distance, okay, because again, distance is a form of limitation. That's why, as a quantum healer, I can work on anybody and everything. It doesn't matter where you are, because distance is not we work at a level where we don't have the limitation of distance. Okay, it's beyond that. Okay, and also we can connect to even further than that, our source of energy, which is being divided up to all these other souls, which are your higher selves living through all these different realities, including this one here. And beyond that, which we call your celestial self, okay? So there are many layers to you, okay? And when you connect to those layers, then all of a sudden you can live out an existence here as the human that has no limitation to it, has limitless capabilities to it. And when you create an existence, a state of being, after all, a human being, right? We're supposed to be. Is then all of a sudden we create an ability to have expansion here. And with that expansion, things like congestion, therefore accumulation, therefore toxicity, cannot be created in that space. So here, therefore, dis-ease, illness cannot be created. Okay? So let's get into the system, which is the I Am Everything pyramid. There's two options that you get with the small tools and then the larger tools. What you get for both of those is you get a pyramid. Okay, now this pyramid is cut to a specific measurement, which is the Fire Infinity Cubit measurement, which is bringing in the highest aspect of you overall, which is you as a celestial. Okay, so that's cut to a specific measurement. So even though it's not twisted wire or a tensor ring, it's still anchoring in that higher aspect of you. Okay, why we like the design of the pyramid? Just because we can place all the tools underneath it and all the tools over top of it to create like a column effect that you can then be within that column effect, okay, of that energy. So for both the small and large, you get that pyramid, which is made from brass. Now, what you both get in both sets as well is, for the small, you get the trio set, which is 3 different cubit measures in regards to tensor rings, which this trio set's wonderful. Now, the larger set, you obviously get the larger set of rings. Again, the same, bring through the same energy, okay, but just some people like the bigger surface area of the large rings. Like, for example, not only using it in this way with the I Am Everything pyramid, but you can use it to place under your food, to restructure your food. And obviously, that's a bigger ring set, so it can more surface area of, say, a plate of food compared to this one. But I use this set a lot for my water, and I place it over my water bottles because it fits better. So again, you just weigh up the options of what you want to use. Now, the cubit measures that are used for both these sets are the activation, the gateway, and the ascension, which is, the activation is, if we want to briefly summarize, the activation is kind of taking you to that doorway, okay, to everything that you are, which comes through the heart, not through the head, not through the mind, not through the brain, but the heart, okay, so it gets you to that doorway, okay, and then gateway connects you through, you go through that doorway to connect to your higher self, so your soul family, and then the ascension cubit is about connecting all the way back to source self, okay, to your source of energy. So you can see that it's a pathway to connecting to more aspects of yourself, just the trio set by itself. So very powerful by itself, the trio set. So either one, large or small. Now the other product or tool that is amongst this I Am Everything pyramid is the Ascendant. Okay, and this is a wonderful tool. Again, you get the option of the small, or you get the option of the big. Okay? So you can see that that's the geometry of the lotus pendant. Now, the importance of this tool is this tool connects you to your soul family, okay, which is another word of what we call your higher selves, because you're all souls, okay, and you're all connected to the same energy, to your source energy, a bit like the way we'd see a family tree. It's your soul tree. And actually, the way that I've been shown of how we are connected up with all our other higher selves, which are living all these different realities, is that it is a tree. It's a bit like the Yggdrasil tree of Norse mythology. It's a cosmic tree or a source tree, okay? And so this particular tool is made up with the same cubit measures. So you've got 7 tensor rings, 3 on this side, 3 on that side, and then 1 that oversees them all. Now, each ring is a higher self, including you. The big ring that goes around it, which encompasses them all, is source self. So it's bringing through that ascension source energy, but its connection, how it gets spliced into all these different souls, which become your higher selves, which are living out an existence in different realities. Hence why you're multidimensional. So this is a wonderful tool by itself, because when you have that close to you, this has 13 feet kind of reach. This has about a 24 feet reach, but you want to keep it pretty close to you. I've had clients that sleep with this under their pillow, and they have very incredible dreams where they can connect into different levels of existence and see essentially through the eyes of your higher selves when you're asleep and they are living out an existence somewhere else. So these are wonderful tools to be connected to that. Not only what you see in your dream state, but just through intuition as well. That wisdom, that voice within you that doesn't speak with words. Okay, it speaks through feel. Okay, so you can see how all these tools are incorporated together to give you a greater connection to truly who you are. You are your true essence. Okay, and that can include finding out what your purpose is here. Okay, what is required to stay on track on the path that you should be leading to create your heart's desire while you live out an existence here as a human. So you can see how we bring those together. So obviously with the I Am Everything pyramid, you get the pyramid, which again is cut by the Fire Infinity cubit. So it brings through the celestial energy. we have that underneath it, okay, which is the Ascendant, and then we get the rings, okay, the 3 rings, and again, you can use these individually as well, but when you put them together, it's wonderful, okay, and then you place the rings over like that, and you have that underneath. Okay, and what you do is then on top of this, underneath the pyramid system, underneath the rings, is you write your name if you want that to work on you. It's just like you sitting in a chair in that chamber, a massive pyramid being over top of you, exactly the same way. But the benefit of doing this, putting your name on there or a photo of yourself, is it's working a distance. It doesn't matter where you go. You might travel overseas on the other side of the planet. It's still going to be working on you, okay? And you just leave it at home. That's the beauty of it. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to use your intention or attention. It's going to work. Saying that, you can put intention notes in here as well. Okay? So if you want to work on a specific area, then you put your name and then the area, the physiology or the area of your body. And then it will target all that energy, all that connection into that area. Or you could take a photo. Say, for example, you have a sore shoulder. Take a photo of that area, place it in the pyramid system, and it will work on that. Okay? As I say, majority of problems and why something gets degenerative, because again, it's in a field of limitation, which creates congestion, which creates accumulation, creates toxicity, which is a field that creates something to break down and degenerate. So when we connect with these energies, then we create a limitless capability, which does not create congestion, does not create accumulation, does not create toxicity. So therefore, it does not create a field of degeneration. It creates a field of regeneration that's going to place all that energy in. Because when we have regenerative energy coming through, it's because of connection. Okay? It all comes down to connection. And this is what the I Am Everything Pyramid's all about, is about connection, about connecting to every aspect of you. Okay? And that's why it's so powerful. So that's the large one. Also, another thing you can do, you can write all your goals down. That's what way I'm using it at the moment. And you put it in there and you place it in there. And so every aspect of you is working on the goals that you want to achieve. So the small one, what does that look like when we put it all together? So again, got the pyramid. We'd have that one underneath it. And then you get the 3 rings, the smaller rings. And you place it on like so. So you have the rings like that, and you have that there. Okay, so either one still brings through the same energies. It's just obviously the surface area of these ones and the reach are smaller. Where obviously bigger surface area with these rings if you want to use it for other things as well. And obviously that has a wider reach with a bigger Ascendant. So that's it on the I Am Everything Pyramid. If you have any queries or any questions about this product, please comment below. Otherwise, go to my website products page and you'll find the I Am Everything Pyramid there. Now, one last thing. If you already have 1 or 2 of these things that make up the I Am Everything Pyramid, you can purchase the parts individually as well if you want to incorporate. For example, if you already have the Ascendant and if you already have the rings and you just want to buy the pyramid, you can do so as well to complete the I Am Everything Pyramid. Till next time, bye.